Hi, friends. It's Mrs. Golding, and I am working in your math packet on page 11, and this is problem number 1. Now, those of you that have me for class, you know that my favorite number is 11, and problem number 1, that's like 111. That's cool. So, Alice, Raul, I don't know anybody in my life named Raul. I do know somebody named Alice DeWitt. She was a teacher, a wonderful teacher at Sugar Grove. And Maria. I have a Maria in class. Yes, I do. Alice, Raul, Maria, they're all baking cookies together. They need 3/4 cup of flour and 1/3 cup of butter to make a dozen cookies. They each brought the ingredients they had at home. Alice brought yada yada, 2 cups of it goes on and on, right? It tells you what they all brought. If the students have plenty of everything else, sugar, salt, baking soda, well, heck, we need chocolate chips, don't we? Yeah, must have a lot of those. How many whole batches of a dozen cookies can they make? Okay, ready for a fun fact? Okay, here's all-purpose flour. So all-purpose flour is what you'd want to use for making cookies, not bread flour. It's got some other stuff in it. So 5-pound bag of flour is what we usually buy at the store. That's about 9.5 cups. Most people don't know that. So that's pretty cool to know. And then when you buy a stick of butter, you're actually getting half a cup. So if you look on the side of the butter, you may not have noticed that it's divided into tablespoons, and then it'll tell you half of that is 1/4 cup. Right about here, a little bit more than 5 tablespoons is 1/3 of a cup, and it says 8 tablespoons is equal to a stick. Yeah, we knew that, and that's half a cup. So that's just a fun fact, okay? All right. So we had these friends, and they brought 2 things together, which is what we need to keep track of. So I've got my organization for this problem is just 2 boxes. That's how I kind of roll. You know, I like to organize. So who's first? Alice brought 2 cups of flour. I'm just going to write it in here. Hey, I don't want that. I don't want to move it. I want to write in it. All right, 2 cups of flour and 1/4 cup of butter. Boom, right there. Okay. And then Raul brought 1 cup of flour, boom, and 1/2 cup of butter. I'm just going to write it in here. Okay. And Maria brought 1 1/4 cups of flour and 3/4 cup of the 3/4 cup of butter. Right? Did I get all that written? Okay, so let's see. What's our total flour that was contributed? 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4 1/4, right? So we have a total of 4 1/4 cups of flour that were brought. Let's see, 1/4 plus, isn't a half the same as 2/4? So 1/4 plus 2/4 is 3/4. 3/4 plus 3/4 is 6/4. 6/4 is the same as 3/2, which is the same as 1 1/2 cups of butter. Okay, that's how much butter that everybody brought, and that's how much flour everybody brought. Okay, so we need to know how many total batches we could make with that. Okay, so I'm going to see. One batch takes 3/4 cups flour, but I have 4 1/4 cups of flour, right? And one batch takes 1/3 cup butter, but I don't have that. I actually have 1 1/2 cups of butter, right? And I'm going to write that in a different color just so you can see. This is my, was it 1 1/2? Now my brain stopped. Yeah, 1 1/2 cups of butter. And this is my flour. Okay, so I'm going to do my flour first, and I'm going to divide that by 3/4. I want to know how many of these will fit into here. And then here, I'm going to divide 1 1/2 by 1/3. I want to know how many of those fit into there. Okay, work on that, and then I'll be back in my next video.